Hey, what's up, guys? This is Wig Z, and today we're going to be talking about coils. In the previous episode, I talked to you a little bit about the reason why my Z was missing. This was the reason why my car was missing. I had 24 of these. I only had 6 of them that looked just like this. Most of them just had their springs. They were just springs and nothing over top of it. And I just could not, for the life of me, at the higher RPMs, under certain circumstances, keep my car from breaking up. So what I ended up doing, guys, is I bought a whole new set of coils from
You better boss up.
Z1 coils, which they look just like this, except they got Z1 on the bottom of them. They're replacement drop-in coils. They're upgraded coils. The only time I would recommend you to use the R35 coils is if you're gonna use like a race application or you're gonna upgrade the turbos and the fuel system. The reason why I ended up getting the replacement coils that Z1 sells is because I'm not interested in the high horsepower aspect of the Z32, which most people are. I want the car to run like stock. I want it to perform like stock. I kind of want to keep the stock boost, even though I have a lot of aftermarket parts on it in the engine, like Z1 intercoolers and an exhaust system from the turbo back, and the turbos are probably going to be replaced. But I'm still seeking a 300ZX that's really close to factory, that does everything the factory does, not putting any stress on the engine or components or clutch systems or transmissions or drive shafts. It's a whole intricate piece when you start making horsepower. It's not just making horsepower, it's keeping the horsepower all together and then putting it to the ground. That's a long story. This is why this car is an OEM Plus build versus it being a all out sort of drag racing street monster build where I'm doing digs and road racing. I'm not doing that with this car. I just want to enjoy it. Plus, I have the Z31 for that. Anyway, I would highly suggest you get a new set of coils. But this video is going to cover how to repair the coils that you have. I'll tell you how to come up with a solution if you're having issues with your coils, and how to inspect your coils. If you've already gotten coils for your car, or you're thinking about getting the R35 coils for your car, then go ahead and do it. I would very well suggest that you get a new set of coils. But if your budget doesn't cover coils and you want to figure out a solution to keep your car from misfiring through the RPM ranges, this is the video for you. These coils are 30 years old. I have 24 of these old coils, and these coils are 3 pieces. You got the boot. This boot connects to the spark plug. Then you got the secondary boot that gets your firing down onto the top of the plug. So I would say this is your stalk. I'm not sure what it's called, but one of you guys know what it's called. And you got the actual coil, right? So these ignition coils, they're spring actuated, right? So these coils are spring actuated. They have a carbon cover over them. That's what I think that is. And so you're supposed to have this carbon cover over top of this one. And you're supposed to have this carbon cover over top of this one. And it is spring inside of it. I don't know if you can see it, but this is a spring, right? They're spring loaded. And on this inside of them, it's a contact. It's probably copper or some sort of metal that's really conductive. But I think it's copper on the inside of that. It's not copper. Well, it could be. But it's just a conductor. This sits on top of your spark plug. This is the boot. And this boot makes sure that your spark stays contained inside of the spark plug. And then this boot makes sure that the spark stays contained inside of this area here. Now, over time, since they're 30 years old, these things get weak. They don't make enough spark energy. If you're missing these pieces here, which are these carbon covers to the springs, it can allow your spark energy to disperse everywhere, not to be contained through this boot on top of the spark plug and be contained within the spark plug. All right, so you don't want your spark to ground out in any area, anywhere around your car. You want to really give this a really good inspection, making sure you have no cracks or anything in the plastic that can allow your spark to come out of this and ground to the body of this ignition coil, okay? Another good thing that you should have, and this is what I use to get my car running smoothly, especially under load, is dielectric grease. This prevents dispersion and keeps the spark contained within the boot. What you do is you fill up the orifices of where your coil is going to sit and you push them together. It's going to make a sort of donut. It's going to be like a grease donut. It's going to look like Vaseline. You don't want to wipe it off. Just leave it all thick like that on top of it. And you're going to do the same thing down here with the boot that attaches to your spark plug. You're going to shove it in there and it should come out just like that when you push it in there. You want to fill them up. You want to fill them up with this dielectric grease. And then when it all goes together, all of your spark is supposed to be contained within this boot. That ensures that your spark is going out of your coils and it's going all the way to your spark plug into your motor. Oh, something that I forgot. After you use the dielectric grease on this, the stock plugs, when you buy them from the auto parts store or Amazon or wherever you buy them from, they're probably going to be gapped at like 40 thousandths or 35 thousandths. What you're going to have to do is you're going to have to decrease that gap. You're going to have to keep decreasing it. You might have to do it several times. And I know with the Z, having the balance tube in the back, it's sometimes it can be a little bit problematic because you got to take stuff apart just to get to the spark plugs.